The hammering on my door shattered the pre-dawn silence. I fumbled for my phone. 4:57 a.m. My heart kicked against my ribs. I threw on a robe and crept to the entryway, every instinct screaming. Through the peephole, I saw my reclusive neighbor, Leo Vance. He was gasping, his knuckles white where they gripped the doorframe. "Alara," he hissed as I opened the door a crack. "Don't leave this house today. Not for anything. Do you understand?" I stared, sleep still clouding my mind. Leo was the man who collected his mail in 30 seconds flat and never made eye contact. Now, terror radiated from him like heat. "What's wrong? What happened?" "I can't explain. Just promise me. Stay inside. Lock everything. You'll know why by 11. Before I could protest, he was gone, vanishing into the misty dark. A rational voice told me he'd lost his grip. But a deeper, older voice, the one that had kept me alive since my mother's suspicious accidental drowning 6 months ago, told me to listen. Her final, frantic call echoed in my memory, "The ledgers, Alara. They're not just account books. They're a key." Since then, my orderly life as a forensic accountant had developed cracks. Static-filled calls. A van parked too often outside my gate. My brother, stationed abroad, texting strange warnings. It wasn't paranoia. It was a pattern. I called in sick. Then, I waited. The silence of my brownstone became a theater. Every creak was a footstep, every hum from the fridge a whisper. By 10:45, doubt gnawed at me. Had I imagined it all? My phone rang. Unknown number. "Miss Thorne? This is Sergeant Hale, Metropolitan Police. Are you aware of the situation at your office?" A chill seized my spine. "What situation?" "There was a detonation on the 4th floor. Multiple casualties. Security logs place you entering the building at 8:15. "That's impossible," I breathed, my world tilting. "I'm home. We have footage of your vehicle, your access card used at the scene." His voice turned grave. "Personal effects with your fingerprints were recovered near the epicenter. We need you to come in immediately." The floor fell away. Someone had been me. They hadn't just stolen my identity, they had worn it, then planted it in the ashes. As the call ended, a new knock came, soft, urgent. "Alara. It's Leo. Open up. They're not sending police. They're sending a containment team." I wrenched the door open. He slipped inside, his eyes scanning the street. "They needed a perpetrator for today's tragedy. You were cast in the role. If they take you in, you'll be catalogued as a terrorist and transferred to a black site. You'll never be seen again." "Why?" My voice was a thread. "Because of your mother. She wasn't a bookkeeper. She was a whistleblower for a black-budget project called Chimera. It wasn't about money. It was about bloodlines." He held out a small, sealed drive. "She left this for you. She knew they'd come." Sirens warbled in the distance, closing fast. "We have to go. Now." Leo's command brooked no argument. We fled out the back alley as unmarked SUVs blocked the front. In his car, speeding toward the city's industrial edge, the truth began to unspool. Leo wasn't a neighbor. He was a guardian, placed by my mother. Chimera, he explained, identified individuals with unique epigenetic traits, inherited, not engineered. Your mother discovered they weren't studying these people. They were acquiring them. You're on that registry." The drive in my hand felt nuclear. "And the bombing?" "A reset. They're scrubbing the project's footprint and needed a public villain to justify locking you away forever. Your biological signature is the only living key to decrypt Chimera's core files. They need you silenced, but first, they need you discredited." We arrived at a derelict shipping depot. Inside, behind a false wall, was a climate-controlled vault. A retinal scanner glowed softly. It will only read your eyes, Leo said. Your mother's last act was to secure this. I stepped forward. The scanner light passed over my face. A heavy clunk echoed, and the vault door slid open. Inside was not a treasure, but a truth. Walls lined with files, and on a central desk, a single, old-fashioned tape recorder. I pressed play. My mother's voice, strained but clear, filled the chamber. Elara, my love. If you hear this, you know the danger. You are not an experiment. You are evidence. Our family line carries a genetic anomaly, a benign quirk that makes us immune to a class of patented neurotoxins. To the people behind Chimera, that immunity is a billion-dollar defect. They need to own it, replicate it, or destroy it. I chose to destroy their data. They chose to destroy me. The ledger codes lead to offshore holdings. Follow them. Expose them. You are not their asset. You are their judge. The recording ended. Leo stood silently in the doorway, a sentinel. I looked from the files to the dark mouth of the vault entrance. The sirens were here now, surrounding the depot. They had come to bury the truth. I picked up the heaviest box of files. Fear was gone. In its place was a cold, clarifying fury. They think they're coming to erase a mistake, I said, my voice steady in the hollow space. But they're just delivering an audience for the verdict. Leo nodded, a grim smile touching his lips. He moved to a secondary console, inputting a sequence. On the security monitors, we watched figures in tactical gear fan out across the warehouse floor. The broadcast feed is ready, he said. The moment they breach this vault, everything in here goes to every major news desk in the world. I stood before the door, my mother's drive in one hand, my inherited legacy burning in my blood. The pounding on the vault door began, a relentless, metallic heartbeat. This was no longer escape. It was a detonation of my own making.